Confident, vibrant, and quirky with an edge, this is 10 Minutes with Tiffany J, featuring the inside scoop on her mind, embodying interests, thoughts, and opinions. Also, the day in the life of an upcoming artist as she juggles the world around her, a 9 to 5, along with a handful of gifts and talents that will blow your mind. All things Tiffany J on her website at www.misstiffanyj.com. Now, let's get into the show.
So today, this morning, is day 2 of my 3 a.m. workouts. Last night, I was texting one of my good friends pretty much all throughout the night, just talking about stuff. And, obviously I'm about 3.5 months postpartum and 4 months out from, being from work. I go back this Sunday, so that's in Friday, Saturday. That's in 2 days, because I go back Sunday. And so I've never been this out of shape. I've never been this overweight. Currently 166 pounds, which is past my the weight that I was when Sonia was born. I measured at 160, and then I don't know what happened, because I measured at 160 and then I went down to 150 and I was like, cool, I'm losing it. The weight, that is. And then I guess as I was at home and probably did nothing but produce, well, not nothing, but breastfeeding and pumping, the weight didn't go away. It went back up, and I was like, I don't understand. So I hit one of my friends up, and she was like, it's probably not going to go away till you stop pretty much producing milk. And I read an article, for some women, that is the case. It did happen to Serena Williams, tennis player, and she was vegan. So sometimes it's not even really what you're eating. It's just the hormones that you produce and just causes your body to, So I said, okay, I'm getting ready to go back to work. My whole, my pelvic floor and stuff, even though I did not push her out vaginally, I had a C-section, and technically that was my second surgery, because in 2020 I had a myomectomy. So when I read the cesarean doctor's note, there were several adhesions that I had that they also needed to cut through. And adhesions pretty much is scar tissue, like on your uterus. So they had to cut through that. And obviously I'm way past the 6-week mark as far as the healing time. But I hadn't really done anything since then because of the complication with my feet or my toes, right? So I couldn't move as much as I wanted to. So I was restricted. So now that I'm on the last stages of healing, as my feet are concerned, I'm able to, move a little bit more. And I said, you know what? I can't only rely on work to help me out. At my job, we stand up all day. It's retail, but because I work in a shop, we're, lifting boxes or unloading boxes, putting together artwork, lifting frames. It's a pretty physically demanding job. So I'm looking forward for that to pretty much get me back in the swing of things. But in addition, I need to do some other stuff outside of work too. So I'm grateful that our feeding schedules have pretty much not necessarily slowed down. She still eats about 7 times a day. It's just that she's now sleeping through the night, or she might do 1 feed at night, which is awesome. The other thing is she's been able to sleep in her bassinet, no problem. So she's doing really good. I'm really happy about that. with it being day two, sitting crisscross applesauce is what we're gonna call it. It's now easier. Um, the the extra weight buildup is like very restricting, and so it causes me the simplest things that I used to do is kind of difficult to do, but it'll get easier. Am I nervous about going back to work? No, I am concerned now that typically because I'm a manager, if I see that there is extra work that needs to be done, sometimes I'll stay a little bit longer. But and towards the end of my pregnancy, I was like, I can't do that anymore. I need to start, leaving on time. Because either way, I'm gonna have to cut off time somewhere later in the week, right? So what I'm learning now is because I want to hurry up and get back home so I can take care of Sonia, right? So if I'm to leave at the 5 o'clock hour, pretty much I just need to stop at 4:30, wrap things up, and begin to do the process of cleaning up and get ready to leave so I can be out the door at 5. Other people do it, so why can't I? I'm not exempt from it. I can leave on time, just so I can, because I have a 45-minute drive home. And if it's 35, but if it's traffic, it's going to be 45 to an hour, depending on what time I leave. So that's something that I want to work on. There's a lot of paperwork I need to kind of get in order. But the thing is, with retail, you can be interrupted at any point in time. And then you're producing and you're trying to be on the sales floor. So it's a bit of a juggle. I've done it before, and I think I'm ready. I'm hip to it. It's a bit of a mental exercise. The only things that really stress me out are difficult puzzles. And what I mean by that is when someone brings a project that really makes me think. And then when the other thing that might stress me out is when there's a situation that has unnecessarily escalated or unnecessarily, or it has escalated. And you actually have to, it's kind of like your adrenaline is like, oh, it's raising. And so you have to actively like calm yourself down. Those are the things that, and that's not only at work, that's in general. Like if anybody is just like out of pocket, you know what I mean? Which is why I'm trying to maintain my character at all costs. That's important. So, something else I want to work on is, how people like cut you off because they talk over you. I don't care too much for that. And one of the things, I had watched some kind of video and they were talking about how you can, you pretty much keep talking in the same tone and eventually they'll stop. Or if they continue to do it, they said, what they say? I'm gonna listen to you when I finish, or something like that is what they were saying. It's more respectful way to do that. So just looking for my toes to heal completely. There's still, the doctor's pretty, she's pretty optimistic that they'll do fine. It's just looking at them now, I'm like, man, I've been through something major. Sorry, I'm just kind of reminiscing. Got 2 minutes left. I need to hurry up with this. So yeah, I'm going back to work. I'm exercising, and the postpartum, I don't really have any I wouldn't call it depression, because ever since I was depressed in 2014 to 15, and I worked on that, I told myself I would never go back to that level or that depth. And even if I noticed myself getting there, I did therapy recently, I would say within the last year and a half, and we talked about mindfulness, and it's pretty much where you ask yourself, like why, like you keep asking the why to find the root cause of a thing. And then it's not necessarily about pointing the finger towards you, like it's you, it's your fault. Because I think a lot of people have that guilt trip going on. No, it's more so, I understand why this is happening, or I don't understand why this is happening, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's my fault or that I'm like a crappy person. It doesn't mean that. And I think that's where a lot of people get tripped up. So keep asking the why, keep working, keep putting forth the effort, and eventually you will see results. Your body is an amazing machine. It's an amazing machine. And if your heart needs to heal, if your mind needs to heal, if your body needs to heal, your spirit needs to heal, go get help and find out what it is. Get support so that you can be better. Be honest with yourself. And when you're honest with yourself, then and only then you can, be honest with other people. So that's where we are for today. Thank you for listening. Say what you want, make you work for it. Work for it. Work for it.
That was another edition of 10 Minutes with Tiffany J. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I know I did. Now you can get more episodes on my website at www.misstiffanyj.com. But don't stop there. Hop on over to the music tab and check out your favorite Tiffany J record, starting with my latest singles, Work For It and Callin' Me, which is on all digital platforms. Also with a bomb video showcase on YouTube featuring the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina.